thanks to the program, I know how to do comments, how to search for my avatar, how to search for my neighborhood, how to go about it, how to vet contractors, which is very important. Though they don't like it when you kind of ask them all those questions, but it's part of the job. So,
hey, this is Niti, and what you're about to hear today is a very special episode with one of the members from our portfolio program.
We call these Sensei sessions. These interviews are designed to give you a perspective about what you can achieve with the right strategies and execution.
I hope you enjoy this episode, and for free resources, check out our show notes section to see how you can build and scale your portfolio.
Hello and welcome to Sensei Sessions. I'm your host, Cheryl Tan, and it's a really fun opportunity for all of us to learn from Rockstar Portfolio Program students and graduates. Today, we are learning from Anita Sarkoti, and I'm so excited to learn more about your real estate journey, Anita. Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's hear about how you got interested in real estate. But first, what is it that you do? What do you do? Where do you live? What is your day?
Okay, so I live in Ohio, Columbus to be precise, and I'm an ICU nurse by profession.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Fairly stressful.
Yeah.
You've been very busy. How did you get involved in real estate or have this desire to build a portfolio?
So when I purchased my primary residence, I think when that was the first time I got exposed to like real estate, buying a house. And I was like, well, I think I can actually get a house and rent it out to people. So I started reading about it, doing my own little research about it, listening to podcasts. So in December, I have this broker that I reached out to. And then he explained to me that since I have my primary residence, I will have to put down 20%. So we talked about it, and I give him a timeline that I'll be ready in March.
Okay.
I had, like my perfect duplex in mind. I had a perfect neighborhood in mind. So I was just working towards getting the 20% of that duplex that I wanted to buy. So yeah, that is my real estate journey.
Okay, very interesting. Now, how did you find Palak and Niti? How did you find the portfolio program?
So in February, I wake up, I'm an early bird. So I usually wake up like 4:30.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times what I usually do around that time is I just look up stocks and just read news on about stock market and stuff like that. And I remember, I think it was a Tuesday. The Monday before that, I was like, I'm really tired of doing this because I felt it was not satisfactory enough for me, first off. So when you basically I'm talking about the stock market where, you buy and you hold, or if you want to trade, when you trade, you pay 40% taxes on that gains that you make if you don't hold long term. Yeah. So I was like, I need something more. This is not enough for me. So I went on Instagram, which I go there when I have time, and I was scrolling through. But before that, I was following some people in real estate. So I chanced upon Open Spaces Women. It was the women at the end of the name that drew my attention to it. Because so far,
I hear a little one.
Yeah.
Interested in real estate. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. All the real estate people, I think I followed about 3 people. They were all men. And, I followed them for over a year, but I was still not connecting to them. So I said, I'm just going to do so I saw Open Spaces Women, and I clicked on it, and then I went into the bio, and it had some questions that you fill out. I'm like, well, well, it's one of those things. Let me give it a shot and see. Like, I was not expecting anything to come out of it because I followed three people and it was the same old same, flashing money, flashing cars. And I said, okay, let me just fill out. So I filled out the forms and then we set up the meeting. And after I spoke with the lady, I was like, I think this is what I'm looking for. So I decided to move forward with it.
Okay. Well, let's hear about your deal. I want to hear about what you have done as you're in the program. You decided to take that leap of faith, as Palak always talks about, and join the program and really wanted to incorporate BRRRR into your real estate strategy. So do you have something under contract right now? Do you have a deal?
I have I closed on my second property on Monday. No, on 7th of this month.
That was like 2 days. I think that was yesterday. So hang on. Let's go back. If you have 2, that means let's go back to number 1. Because you've been busy then. I didn't realize you had 2. Let's start with the first one and then talk about the second one. So 2 under contract. Okay. Congratulations, Anita. Yeah. Where are you investing? What was the first one? And how was that going?
I decided to invest in my backyard. So initially, my whole plan was to do Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And I could not find a contractor. And I said, well, let me just do it in my backyard because I'm not finding anybody and it's taking so long. My property is here in Columbus. I found it through a wholesaler. And with wholesalers, everything is fast-paced, exactly how I want. It's not in an upcoming neighborhood. It's like in a B neighborhood. So the price is a little like higher compared to the ones that I in like an upcoming neighborhood. But it's a great deal. Like I check the comps, rents there are good. I believe when I refi, I should be able to pull all my money out and make something out of it. If I don't make anything out and I'm able to pull my money out, I'm just good. It's a 4-bedroom. So it's actually listed as a 3-bedroom, right? It's a 4th bedroom down. It's a bi-level.
Yeah.
So I got a 4-bedroom. It has like the bedroom is already like put in an area. I don't have to pull permits or anything.
Mm-hmm. And so price wise, like what you said, it was a great deal. Were you
right? So price wise, they were going for 142,000. And then there were 5 of us who were interested in the property because all that it needed was just cosmetics. So I felt I have to go up on it. So I said, I'm like a 150. Because with the contractor told me we are going to spend more than $4,000 on that property. And then a house that was 3-bedroom in that area just like sold for 220.
Whoa, right.
Yeah. So I said, I can go 150. And I told him, I said, if anybody outbids me, let me know. If I feel my max was like 152. Mm-hmm. But I put in 150 and then I think they give up. And I think I was just $2,000 above the second person behind me. So I was like, well, at least I got it.
So where are you in the process? That closed when? And then
so with that house, we closed on 5/5 May. I just do numbers. We closed on 5th May. Construction was supposed to be completed today, but the contractor told me everything, all the little stuff and everything, the floors and everything. So he gave me up to 14 of this month. So plan is that by next week, Friday, I'll get cleaners in, clean out the area, clean out everything, mow the lawn, and then list it.
Okay. So you're ready for renters to come in once this is all done. What are you anticipating for rent for this property?
So with rent, yesterday I went back online and I saw that they just listed another house, which is 4-bedroom like mine, and they listed it for $2,300. So what I'm gonna do is I'll wait and see because I have like a week. They have already listed. If it goes off the market, I'll list mine like that. And then if I wait for a week and nobody's come, then I'll just drop it like $50. The zero sacrifice. Like I'll drop it for like $50 and see how it goes. But I'm using the highest, and then I'll see if I get somebody. Yeah.
You're excited. I'm excited for you.
I know.
Are you surprised by how quickly you made all of this happen? And I just met you, so I'm going to assume it sounds very quick. Maybe it wasn't.
Yes. I was very surprised because for a first-time home buyer, it wasn't that quick. So in my mind, I was like, oh, it's going to take like, say, a month or two, but I think, first of all, working with the people, they are fast paced. And so I'm like, and I'm fast paced too. Like I get stuff, I jump on it, I get it done, I move on to the next. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations. And I hope that your contractor meets that 5/14 deadline. You've got to get that rented. Okay. But that's not the only thing. You have one that is just about ready to be rented, and then you closed on a property this week.
Yes.
Were you looking for the second property the whole time you were working on the other one?
So when I got the first one, I told my agent, I said, just give me about 2-3 weeks. Let me see how this project goes. And then we'll start looking again. It's like, okay. So I was not looking, honestly. I think as usual, I wake up and then I start checking my mails. And then I saw that they put up like a property the day before. I usually work 9 shifts. So I secure it the day and then I work in the night. So I woke up from my sleep and I checked and I'm like, oh, I think I know this neighborhood. So what I did was I checked the comps and then I drove to where the house was that day because they are fast paced. So if you want it, you do your comps really quickly. So I texted him and I said, hey, I will be at tomorrow's showing, just so you know. And he was like, okay, great. So I went back there again because I know the area, but there are some, like when you check the maps, it's like in the same zip code, but it has different stuff. So I went back to the area because using the zip code and the address to check the rent it's very tricky on that side. So I just went there just to make sure that with the rents that I'm seeing, it's for where
you think it is.
I go to eat. Yeah. So I came to sit down again, but unfortunately, this house was on MLS.
It was on MLS.
Yes. So I think they are running out of inventory now. So what they do is they get MLS and they work with them. That house was listed for $145. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and a 1-car garage. But it's in a tucked away neighborhood. There is a big part in the back, like it's a family area. It's also like a neighborhood kind of thing. But it was also listed for $145. So the original closing date was May 27th. That was the closing date. And then I think a day before the closing date, their agent contacted my agent and said the homeowner's son committed suicide.
Oh my.
So they gave me the option. I can back out of the deal. 2, I can close and then give them a week to be in the property.
Yep. Oh.
And then, so they gave me that option, and then they'll get a discount on the property. And I told them, no, there's no way I'm closing with them in the property. I wanted to leave it vacant. So, but then I'm getting that discount for them staying in there. So we pushed the closing date back to 7th of this month.
Oh, okay.
So I got it for $142,500.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, for wasting my time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a tough situation, but you were also able to help this family during a tough time for them.
Yeah.
And so what happens with this property now? I know you just closed on it.
Yes.
Do you work on it and
yes. Yesterday I took a different contractor to go look at it because it's MLS. If it wasn't MLS, I think I would have gotten like 130, 125. So I got a different contractor in there to compare to my usual contractor to see if I will get something out of it. And this contractor was like, you are not going to spend more than 25 on this house, because they are actually living in there. The inside, we're just upgrading the bathroom and then the kitchen. And then so the basements are actually partitioned to put in like a half bathroom or a full bathroom. It's up to me, but I'm not trying to add on more cost.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the house next door to mine, it was a flip, and that also was sold for 210. But now house prices are dropping, so I have put myself to, if I get 200 or 190, I'll be good. Yeah, I'm not trying to overreach.
Yeah. So you're kind of thinking once you put in some money for rehab, you'll be ARVing around 190,
yes,
maybe 200. Okay.
Yes, because right next door was just sold. It was flipped, actually. It was just sold, and it is sold for, I think, 210. And they have like houses in the area that they flip, which are in the 200 ranges. But as usual, now rates are going up.
That's how mamas have to do it, though, right, Anita? Like mamas, they have to take care of everything.
Yeah.
Keys and houses. What are some things that you learned about yourself throughout this whole process? I mean, it sounds like you like to move quickly, but this is quick. This is quick. So what did you have to learn about yourself to kind of get through all of this?
I think it's the mindset for me. Before, my initial plan was to, just get one house and just, work around it and, manage it. As I took on this, I realized that ever since I had a change in mindset, it has really helped me to move forward and progress with this.
So I want to dig in on that. The whole mindset thing is so interesting. And I know it's one of the things that Palak talks about in the program. And I mean, mindset is key to everything. And it's not something I think that we all think about first. What kinds of shifts specifically helped you go from buying one, managing it, renting it out, to, in the span of, I think, 3 months, you have 2 now. So what was the mindset shift? Like, what specifically are you thinking now about how this is working that can help people who are watching and listening?
So the beginning of the program, they have this mindset with money that you fill out. Yeah. Like your perception about money. I was raised to believe that, it's good to have money, but not too much of it. Because, money makes you arrogant. Money does not make you humble. So after I went through that, I said, you know what? No, I think that is a mindset that is kind of biased. And, I'm just going to shift my mindset. Money comes to me easily. I'm good with money. So yeah, that's what shifted my.
I think we all need to hear that, right? I think we sort of need to really think about that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the questions that people have here in our community for other Rockstar portfolio program students is, how did you find your people? So you live in the area that you're investing. And so maybe you have connections already, but you needed, and I know you used a wholesaler, you might've used an agent, banking, lender, the general contractor. How did you find people? Yeah. And how did you determine that those people were the people that were going to help you take this to the next level?
So with the wholesaler, they gave me a contact, and we set up a meeting. So I came from work one morning and we decided to set it up. And he asked me questions and I also asked him questions of, this is what I want to do. How are you going to get me there? And he was very great. We have a good working relationship. And I had like contractors so I went to the City of Columbus website and they have tons of list of contractors. Oh. I called so many of them. A few of them called me back. And those that called me back, I had a lot of questions. And they were like, did you say you were a new real estate investor? I said, yeah. And they didn't say anything. I think they were just trying to be polite. But the wholesaler that I worked with, he connected me to two people, one lender, one contractor. So the lender also had contractors that he knows. He has actually made an Excel of them. So he just sent me all he has. I didn't use it in the end, but I went through his list, called all the people on there. A lot of them got back to me. And then I asked them questions and I said, do you have something to show me? Some of them will send me to their sites. They'll give me the code to their logbox. I will just go into the house. This one that I'm going to work with on the second property, I like him so much. He's like, just tell me what you need. Do you need high end, mid end, or low? And he has like projects that is like sticking like a ripstick, and it's just doing the bare minimum.
Simple. Yeah.
Going there and I look at it and I'm like, So he has variety of stuff that, and I like that about him.
It's really about having conversations, right? And seeing if you click with that other person, if you trust them and can create timelines that work for both of you. Yeah. So for those of you who are watching, if you're joining us in the Facebook group, feel free to jump into the Zoom call if you have questions that you want to ask Anita after the end of our conversation. Just jump into the Facebook group and she'll be able to answer those questions live. So as far as the portfolio program, how did it help you with making all of this happen? What were some of the things that you took away that made all of this possible?
I would say everything. Everything that I'm doing now, I owe it to the program because, like I said, I was going to get a duplex that is already done and was selling like $325,000. But thanks to the program, I know how to do comps, how to search for my avatar, how to search my neighborhood, how to go about it, how to vet contractors, which is very important. Though they don't like it when you kind of ask them all those questions, but it's part of the job. So
it's funny what you just said. They don't like it.
They're like, did you say you were new? Yeah, they were like, did you say you were a new real estate investor? And I'm like, oh yeah. They're probably like, are you asking me all these questions?
You're like, that's why I'm asking you all these questions. What would you say is your main takeaway? So clearly they were able to help you with all of it, but is there one or two simple things that someone who is maybe not quite at 2 properties, who's watching this, can take away from what they've learned, from what you've learned?
It's a process, but everything is attainable with this program. Remember, I was just going for one property and then it would take me like a lifetime to get another one. And here I am. I started this program. I came to this program in February and I already like have 2 now. So like what this program does for you is it gives you the confidence to know what you are actually doing instead of like, shooting arrows in the dark and not knowing what to do.
So to put it in perspective, you joined in February. It is June now. Yeah. 2 properties. What would you say to someone who is not yet there? Maybe they're in the program, maybe they have all the knowledge, but who hasn't yet done what you've done and quickly gotten these 2 properties under contract? Like, what would you say to someone who's kind of waiting?
every time is the right time. And this time, people might think this is not the right time. But I'm telling you, it's the right time. I was talking to, before I joined the program, I was talking to a friend, and she was like, I don't think this is the right time. I mean, last year was the right time when we had like low rates and everything. So I don't think you should move forward with it. This is the right time. Though we are going into recession, it's the right time. I know it can be scary sometimes because it's always the first time for somebody. But it's like jumping into the pool. When you dip your feet in it, it feels cold in the beginning. But when you get into the pool and your body get used to the temperature, you feel like, you and the water are one.
That's a great analogy. I could really see that. So what is ahead for you, Anita? What is your plan for the future? Now that you have this, you have some people in place, you have people you've come to trust, you have 2 properties in 4 months. What is your plan and vision? Or would you be able to share that with us?
Yes. I've given myself till December. My plan is to like have more houses, like single. Right now I have 2 singles. I was looking to see if I could add like multifamily to it, but I've given myself till December. I should add about 5 single family by December. And then long term, I remember when I signed on, I was like, oh, I will have 20 properties by so and so date. No, I believe now I can have 20 properties even in 8 years.
I believe it. So we're going to talk again at some point in the future. What challenges would you say you maybe didn't expect? That, okay. I mean, and challenges are part of everything. It doesn't mean that it stops you from anything, but what are some things that realistically people should really be aware of? Maybe in this market, maybe just in general, as they're kind of going through all this. What would you say?
In our program, I remember Palak said, mistakes are bound to happen, and it's normal. As you work with people, things are bound to happen. It's the mindset you have that will get you through everything. Mm-hmm. For instance, my contractor was supposed to like hand over my key to me today, but it didn't work that way. But then it's just a week, So in working with people, you cannot be 100%. I'm one person that I need to know where I need to know the Z to the A. Like I need to know the end before I even embark on it. But working with people, it always doesn't end up like that. And then, those were the small stuff.
Very smart. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll make you very anxious. Otherwise.
Yeah, very anxious. Very. During my first draw, I was supposed to go there. So my lender has this app where you go to the location, take pictures and videos, then they will wire the money instead of sending somebody to go see it. So I went in there and I was expecting everything, not everything. I was expecting a lot of things to be done. And then I got there and it was just a drywall and carpentry. Oh, and I flipped. Like he had not seen that side of me. I said, well, this is what you told me. This is what you told me. And this is what you told me. But at the end of the day, I sat down and I'm like, I think I'm being too hard on him. So I took a breather, and I called back and they went over stuff and, everything was fine. But yeah, working with people, things can go south. It depends on how you handle it, and people also have their lives and things happen every day. So in as much as we are more interested in, getting the job done, I think we have to factor in the human aspect of life to it too.
And giving grace to us and to other people, right?
Yes.
Here's one thing that I always ask people who come on this show. It is to fill in the blanks of this sentence. Before the portfolio program, before the program I, now I. How would you fill in the blanks to that sentence?
Before the program, I was like a tortoise, going slow, taking it one step at a time. get in one house for God knows how long, and then, but now with the program, like I'm fast paced. I'm like a cheetah right now.
Again, I can see that in my mind's eye. I can see what you're saying. Is there anything you want to say to Palak and Niti? If they were here, anything you want to say to them?
I want to say a big thank you to them for making this program in the first place and putting in all the work that they put in. Like I said, I was following other real estate investors, and every time they come online, it's like they have money stacked on table, just flashing it. But it's one thing that really attracted me to this program. You don't see all that. And they should keep doing what they're doing. We appreciate them for all that they do, and we love them so.
Anita, thank you for your time, for your stories, and for the inspiration that you're showering us with, just to kind of keep going. I can't wait to talk with you again when you have, what is it, 20? Did you say 20?
20, yes.
20. We'll catch you then. And thank you so much for your time. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.